What's up, Dragon Brood? I got the red lights going because we're going to be taking on the Mythic Standard ladder with Mono Red Aggro, and this is actually really good. We actually got 60% plus, and it's with this particular card. You probably want to check this out. It's actually one of the main reasons this deck was actually able to function and do what it needed to do. So let's get into the deck list and take a look at why this little artifact is so good for Mono Red Aggro. So yeah, be sure to check out shop.ultrapro.com/PowrDragn. Use promo code PowrDragn when you're shopping on the site to save 5%. You'll get a discount, and they'll hook me up with a little bit of something. And yeah, like I said there in the opener, this deck actually did very well on the ladder, very surprisingly. And yeah, we blew through all, like if you're playing in the play queue, this blew through everything. And the games we actually play are very good with this one. On the ladder, like I said, it was about 60+%. So yeah, let's get into it. So for people who are saying you can't do mono red, this card is one of the biggest reasons I think this deck actually functions. It gives you a creature, it gives you damage, it bonuses up your other creature. We love everything about it. We're playing 4 Play with Fire, no surprise, we're playing mono red, it's in the list. A full set of Rabbit Battery, and I think this is absolutely important. I think it's one of the cards that can be easily want to skimp on, but there are so many situations where getting an extra +1/+1 or having haste or even having a cheap creature that you can configure onto something else and then have it still be around after combat or after sweeper, just so super good for this deck. Reinforced Ronin. I'm 50-50 on this card, but I really love it. I think it does a lot for what this deck needs to do, and being an artifact randomly, super important. Playing 2 copy of Lizard Blades. Double Strike is actually pretty nice, but it does actually cost 2 to equip or configure, and whenever we put it on something else, we don't get a bonus, we just get Double Strike. So you don't want to be too heavy on these because we are a little light on land, but it still does what we need it to do. 3 Ogrehead Helm, started with 4, cut that back, and I think this is the right number, mostly because the reconfigure cost is 3, so we don't get to do it that often. But we do actually like to use that in this deck. I think in other decks where we played Ogrehead Helm, we didn't necessarily use the draw ability very often. But in this build, it's actually pretty important. So yeah, we're on board with this. 3 Royal Eruption. I wanted to play a 4th. I wanted some extra damage, but I think the way the deck's built, 3 is actually okay. And we do have a couple of instances where we could get enough mana to possibly pay the kicker on this, which was a little surprising. Okay, now Patchwork Automaton. This is the card we were talking about in the intro, and we definitely want to play a full set of 4. The reason is, if you go back through here, we have several... Oh, first off, if you play it on turn 2, it starts with the counter anyway, if you have Commando Faces Kakazan out. But we have Rabbit Battery, which is an artifact. We've got Reinforced Ronin, which is an artifact. Lizard Blades, Ogrehead Helm, right? So, and other automatons. So all of those give you +1/+1 to this. And the fact that it has Ward 2 is huge. When you're talking about playing against the mono white aggro decks, you have a creature that you can grow pretty much as fast or faster than they can grow theirs using the Luminarch Aspirant, but it also gives you something they can't easily exile with a Brutal Cathar or a Luminar or the Apparition, right? That makes a huge deal. It really sets them back. They have to deal with the other things while this is constantly growing and causing problems that eventually they end up just having to chump block. So this is very, very good. Chandra, Dress to Kill. Great card, probably underplayed, but we are using it in this deck for just about everything. And because you can get in some of those mid-rangey matchups, we actually can go ultimate with Chandra, surprisingly. That can happen a time or two. Reckless Stormseeker, because it's just mana efficient. It gives everything haste. It's awesome all the way around. Definitely want to play it. Now, you could get by with some cheaper cards, but I wanted something that was a little bit bigger, and I wanted some things to be able to play post-sweeper. So having haste creatures you can rely on, especially when you have some of those equipment creatures that may survive whatever wiped out the rest of your board, you want to have something like Reckless Stormseeker to follow up with. And, to that end, Thundering Raiju. This gives bonuses to things, and you get to deal damage to the opponent for anything that's modified. Well, considering we have all those equipment creatures, we have Commando, we've got Patchwork Automaton getting +1/+1 counters. So like there's multiple ways to get those extra modified bonuses there, and we could just juice up the kaiju itself and attack for 4. The rest of the way, lands are simple. We've got Den of the Bugbears for 4, 17 mountains, 1 Sekinzen. And if you look at this list, it is very tight, very small, and that's because we're playing as efficient and focused as we can be with this list. So yeah, this is it. As always, please watch as much of the video as possible. The more you watch, the more they recommend to people. So that's helping out so much with y'all racking up the views. And like I said, enjoy the games. You get a little bit of more casual stuff, and you get the competitive stuff in this one. So yeah, let's hop to it. Catch you on the other side with the card spotlight and wrap up talking about this deck. All right, let's keep it. Hey, thanks for the new follow there. Let's go with this first. And let's see if the opponent wants to get rid of that. Looks like a no. Red, black, white. Okay. Definitely a lot of options for the opponent here. Oh, Valky, you get a Patchwork Automaton. Because I don't think you want anything else. I mean, I would assume you don't want anything else. It's alright. We're just going to draw another Automaton. Watch. I'm going to summon it. Oh, we really did. I was just joking. I didn't think that was actually going to happen. That is amazing. It's like I literally summoned it. This is so fantastic. I get to Mythic with a bunch of different decks. I don't play like anyone. I play a deck for like a day. Like, so, yeah. I don't think you, like, you can get to Mythic with nearly anything on the ladder as long as it's focused and you play decent. That was such an amazing hit. Like, I'm so glad we got that. Oh, we need to draw something to kill Killian here. This is bad for us. If they've got Angel Fire Ignition, I don't think we're going to be able to win at all. Yeah, this sucks. Okay, what's the best thing we could do here? We can... If we were to Lizard Blades... we could potentially attack for 4, 6, 8 next turn. Ugh, gross. I think we're just banking on trying to draw a land or something here. I don't feel like we have many choices, sadly.
Without the sun, I'll light your way.
And if they have the Hitotsugu Consumes All, we only lose this.
I'd love to.
So that's not the worst thing. Yeah, I guess we just attack with both of these. I don't know if we attack with the Etchings. Because this gives us an off chance of protecting Chandra, possibly. I mean, I feel like if they have the cards and they just want Chandra dead, it doesn't really matter, but maybe. I mean, I guess in theory, we could get the Automaton up to big enough to be able to eventually block the Killian, even once it's a 6/6, unless they get the double strike thing, so that's not awful. Like, it's an opportunity. We may just have to take it. Oh, so they Angel Fired Valky. Interesting. Okay, sure. Yeah. That's not the way I expected that. Wait. You're going to attack us. So you're actually going to give us a chance to keep Chandra alive. So, I mean, you're 13. You're going to go to 17. You know what? Yeah, we block and keep Chandra alive. Because there is this off chance we get a land, and then we can Lizard Blades equip. Actually, no, it only takes... We can do this anyway. It's only 2 to equip. So we +1. Assume we're going to lose Chandra next turn.
Let's bring things up to a...
All right. Let's see what we can do here. I mean, we're risking a little bit ourselves because we know they have double strike cards and stuff, but if they have it, they have it. Like, we're not going to win any other way. All right, so we put the opponent to 6. If they don't double strike, they're going to be able to gain 6, go to 16, but then we can play 2 things, turning this into a 6, so we get to deal 12. Actually, we could deal 14 and still have a blocker. If we get a land, then we could actually equip it and make that the full 16. Oh man, there's a lot of options here. All right. Cool. We're at 8. Hopefully they don't have a removal card. We failed to draw a land, so that didn't work. Actually, they didn't kill Chandra, so they do have to block with Valky here. Because we can play this for 1. Actually, these deal damage too. Yeah. So they don't. This might still be game. No, it's not, because this doesn't have trample. All right, we're gonna +1. Target. You know what? I was thinking it might be worth it to move this over, but that wouldn't be threatening lethal at all, so we're just going to go with this. And then just say, whatever. We know you're blocking that. This is going to go back to our hand. I don't want them to get the Headache Sugu, consumes all, and cost us anything, so I'm just going to do this. I mean, they can't afford to just block the Ronin here. They got to get rid of their biggest thing, so they would have to Killian with an additional Angel Fire and something to not die. I mean, I say that. Just getting a blocker here is fine for them, too. Unless we draw a removal card, obviously. But they do at least get to gain life with Killian by himself. They could also kill Chandra here. But we're due for a land, and if we get it, we could Automaton, Ronin. So we get at least a 3/3 Automaton, which is a thing. But then we also have to remember that Killian has Menace, so that's also a problem. If we get down to 4, then he just double strikes and kills us. Actually, if we get to 6, because he gets the +1/+1 counter also. So yeah, we could still die here at 8. This is very precarious. It might even be a case where we have to just unattach our equipment just so we can block, which is terrible, but it might be what we have to do. Yep, I was afraid of that. Yep, all right, we're going to go to 6, or go to 2. I mean, if they have any burn, we're dead. I knew this was a possibility. If you got us, you got us. Or was that just desperation because they don't have anything and they're going to die to our Automaton? Is that it? This feels a little bit like a setup. I don't feel good about this. It's tempting to want to draw a card just to kill this stupid creature, but we're just going to do what we're supposed to do.
Looking a little.
I mean, if we Automaton and then we unattach that, we still have 2 blockers. This makes this 9. If some... Well, you can't kill the Automaton because it's Ward 2. All right. I mean, we'll just see if you got something. I don't know what something would be. Is that it? All right, I guess that's it. Whoo. Oh, yeah, it wasn't Play with Fire I was thinking of. I was thinking more that they could have had, like, some other, like... There's a bunch of weird, like, black removal cards or whatever. I thought maybe they could have had one of those. But once they tapped down any extra mana, I was like, okay, that's probably not it. Because the problem is Killian does give you a reduction, but, you know, they just didn't have it. This hand will keep... I am a little concerned without it not having removal. If the opponent gets a fast start here. The tap land from the opponent is the best thing we could have seen, actually. That is a Tangled Florid here. So this could be the green-white. We've been seeing a lot of Selesnya stuff lately. Yeah. That is going to slow us down, meaning no real attack here. Good news, though, we can actually play some automatons and grow these a little bit. We could get a big Raiju attack in. But the 2/3 Root Grazer is a legit problem. Gonna play an extra land? Yep. And that. Alright, cool. Good news, bad news kind of situation. Good news, they only have 3 cards in hand. Bad news, Felidar Retreat's gonna be a problem long term. Okay, so now I gotta figure out how do we get the most damage in. We can play Automaton, we can play this, they get attack for 5 this turn. We can play this, get to attack for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or next turn, well, if we do this, we have another creature with a +1, and then the Raiju actually does extra damage, but they're possibly going to have another blocker. So I think we're just going to have to go for bigger creatures here, I think is the play. And we get extra damage in here because we get to attack for the 2. All right, this seems good. I mean, it's the best we could hope for here. These decks also play things like the Wandering Emperor, the 4/3 Angel that searches for other angels, Legion Angel. So there's a lot of things to be concerned about. Wandering Emperor probably just makes a 2/2 because you can't target those. You can target the etchings. I mean, you can target the others, but you have to pay 2. Yeah. So they go to 13.
You're done.
Does this deal damage to opponents? Where's the number? Okay, it doesn't deal to planeswalkers, so it's definitely just opponents. Yeah, sure. We ain't blocking it. Okay. We got our mana, so now we have questions. How badly do we want to kill the Wandering Emperor? How badly do we want to try to kill the opponents? Because we could attack with just Automaton, 4/4 Automaton, and Raiju. Send both of those at the Wandering Emperor. But the Raiju would only be a 4/4, so we get to kill, like, Root Grazer, I guess. And that's not the most exciting thing, but it's a thing. We could also turn these into 3/3s. Still trade one of those for the Root Grazer. Ugh. I think this is what we want to do. I don't like this as much, but I think it's correct. Because I don't think I want to give up the Raiju here. The opponent's only got 2 cards in hand. And then this at least kind of makes them choose. We're going to send those here, and we're going to send this here. And they can do whatever they feel like they need to do here. Yep, that makes sense. All right, just didn't want that making 2/2s that could eventually become 3/3s or whatever. I felt like that was going to be very problematic. And here, the opponent's likely to just try to make tokens instead of actually turn that into a 3/4, as it stands. But we'll see. Looks like they may be planning to attack and then pick up a land. Yeah, it looks like they're doing that math. Yep. And then return, attack for 2, return 1, make 2 2/2s. That does open the door for us to get a significant amount of damage in here, though. And if we can find another Reinforced Ronin, that could be pretty nice. That is not a Reinforced Ronin, but we don't hate it. That is excellent. All right. All of these already have haste. I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll make you a 3/3. We're going to attack. Put the counter on... what do we want to put it on? Probably the Stormseeker? Let's see. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12... You'll probably block the 5, take 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we probably just want to shoot a 2/2 now so they can't opt to split their blocks. Yeah, that's all we got to do. I don't know what the last card is, but if it's something like, you know, the destroy toughness 4 or greater, it can go after the Stormseeker, but that's it. Yep, that's still exactly 10. All right, we got there. All right, we are absolutely going to keep this. We're going to Rabid Battery into Automaton, and then hopefully draw some stuff to go with the Ronin afterwards. Hey, I feel you being busy with life stuff. Don't ever feel bad about that. You're always better off taking care of yourself than trying to entertain the masses. Me and the rest of the folks will always be here in the future. All right. So now we get to cast a Ronin. We can at least make minimum we can attack with the Automaton for 3 here if we want. Oh, that little duder. Y'all are going to be annoying, aren't you? Ah, that's a good card to have here, though. I don't hate that. All right, we will attach here. And then we're going to attack. Oh, the opponent opted not to even block. I was thinking we were going to get them, right? They might double block our Ronin, but they opted not to. Okay, well then. Savvy no block by the opponent. I genuinely thought they were going to block there. I was just like, yeah, we're going to get them here. But like, no, not a thing. Opponent had other plans. Okay, sure. That's a thing. We'll shoot this, so we don't have to worry about that. Because that's starting to get counters. Could be a problem, being able to destroy our things and whatnot. Oh, well, that's also cute. I don't hate that either. All right. If you double block, I get to kill all those things. If you double block, I get that back. You already know I have this. This is going to be a problem for you. I think I would trade the Thundering Raiju here. If you want to trade your 2 things, I'm game. All right, they said no. Adversary, sure. I mean, your plan is for real just to sit back and block with those things forever? All right, well, you know I got this already. Yeah. We're going to attack. I mean, I guess we put the counter here. Yeah. What do we do with triple Automaton draws? When we have triple Automaton, we're just going to keep it, especially when we go first. If we were going second, I wouldn't like it as much. But here, this is kind of amusing. All right, Usher the Fallen. That is going to be a pain. I would like to draw a land, though, so I could start growing automatons at least as fast or faster than the opponent may. Great. I have no concern about that card. That sucks. Just more automatons, then. We will just have all of the automatons. Man, if this is like Aurelia or Adeline, that is gonna kind of suck. Ah, dang it. All right, well, now we're gonna have to get a land and deal with this Spellbinder. Though the Spellbinder might take Royal Eruption. And we actually are in a kind of interesting situation. If we don't get a land, are we more benefited to just play both of the Reinforced Ronins? The Mardu Dungeon Sec? Yeah, that was a fun one. Well, we don't get a choice now on the Automaton. Yeah, sure, we'll take 4. Why not? All right, well, we didn't get what we wanted, so now it's just... I think we have to do this, because otherwise, if they were to get... Adversary, we'd be in kind of a bad way. Let me go and attack with both of these. If they want to trade one for a Spellbinder, we're fine with that. All right. Yeah, because if they go land Adversary here, we could be in trouble since we missed a land. But next turn we could, if we ever find our land, we could Ogre Head Helm and play one of these, attack with the bigger automaton, leave something else back, and then possibly get into a situation where we could Royal Eruption something. Opponent, what did you just do? You spent 3 on your own damn spell because it cost you 1 more. Why? Why, opponent? Why? You know what that deserves? That deserves one of these. Actually, no, that's even worse. That deserves one of these.
You done messed up, AA Ron!
Yep. You done messed up, AA Ron. Okay. So we're at 11. Can't kill Spellbinder right now. Can't really effectively attack with these. But we could attack with 1 automaton if we want to. Alright, well, we don't have the land, so I mean, this is kind of all we can do. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 if they do have adversary. We would go to 1. Conversely, they would take 11 and go to 5, so then they wouldn't necessarily want to attack with everything. But then if they had an adversary for 4, that would give them 9, so I'd have to draw a land to kill an adversary to be able to have lethal. But that's if they attacked with everything. Man, this is a lot. I would have much rather had a land here and not have to do this math. That's what I'm really saying here. You know what, though? Let's attack with this, this, and this. I mean, they could trade for both of those. It's fine. Only one gets through otherwise. All right, cool. I mean, we're down to wanting to play other artifacts here anyway. So at some point, we got to force some of this through. All right, Cathar doesn't get to remove anything, so that's fine. However, though, if we let this Spellbinder through, we go to 8. They wouldn't be able to produce lethal next turn, even with their adversary, so that's fine. So we go to 8. Oh, bruh, come on. All right, this at least gives us a blocker, I guess. We attack with both, because they have to block at least 1. Otherwise, that's lethal. Alright. Now they can remove Ogre Head Helm and attack for 5. Oh, nope. Ooh, Adeline. That's a thing. Alright. We go to 5. We got a land. What do we do with it? Opponent's at 4. If we just kill a blocker here, they have to block all of our things. They have to, if we just kill Thalia, then they have to block our 6 and our 7, or they're just dead. And then we set up a play for next turn. However, if we attack with everything here, they could chump the that and that. Yeah, so we can't afford to do that, because they, with us only being at 5, they could make the smart blocks. So I think we just have to kill a creature here, because playing this doesn't do enough. It's because it's daytime. If it was nighttime, that'd be a little different. Yeah, I think we just kill Thalia. Opponent blocks with everything. They let 2 through, because they don't have a choice. Yeah, you have to block the other one. Like, that's the only way that works, opponent. All right. No, decline. We definitely want that on the field right now. Man, we did so much with 2 lands here. Oh, that's such a good win. Such a good win. All right, I'm going to keep but not enjoy this. I'll tell you that. Against a blue deck. The only good news here is we have hasty things, so that's kind of nice. Roshemeister, welcome. All right, what do we get to do here? I would like to resolve something better, deck. Please provide an option. Thanks. The deck does not give a damn about my wants and needs, as it turns out. Yeah, I don't know how this is going to beat the blue deck at all, but we'll just have to figure it out. Maybe this is some world where we have to attack, try to use Royal Eruption, you know, just kind of be tricky about it. Might be our only real plan, because I don't think we're going to resolve anything without extra mana available. Like, I almost feel like they're sitting on Jiraiya's disruptions or something. Oh, there's a Saw It coming. Okay, well, I guess we'll just shoot you. I mean, might as well do something. Like, we've got 6 more points. We can get them down to 7. I mean, at some point, we can attack with Den of... Oh, they're going to get rid of our Den of the Bugbear. Okay. They wanted to foretell something there. Reasonable. This is probably just going to die to spot removal. Oh, it was a Saw It coming. Huh. Well, look at that. Kind of interesting, though, that they're... I mean, I guess maybe that's their plan. Just play a bunch of counters. Celestis. All right. Well, now we got to try to get crafty, and if they just have the counters, they have the counters. Spot removal number 1. Oh, Fading Hope. All right, cool. That's not the worst. I mean, they're already at 6 lands, so, you know, there's 7. So if you got Hullbreaker, here it comes. And we didn't do anything early. I mean, our hand was literally nothing until, like, turn 5. So what do we do? What do we do? I feel like we Lizard Blades. Not that this does a lot. And then we shoot the opponents. All right. I mean, as soon as they cast their, like, Memory Deluge, we're kind of screwed. And because they have 2 Field of Ruin, we're not going to get to use these Den of the Bugbears ever. All right, that's good because it does mean now they can't block with their lands, so they're kind of... I mean, if they get counters or removals, they can just do whatever. I mean, we can't hold it infinitely. Yep, that's the bad part about not drawing the land, and that's what I was afraid of. Like, if we'd have drawn a land, we'd have been able to resolve one of those. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. That is not what we needed to see. Yep, that's it. I think the opponent's got this one, y'all. Yeah. I mean, we just haven't drawn land. I mean, they probably have another Jiraiya's Disruption with our luck. Nah, just consider. They might find one. All right. You got something to kill this? Makes sense. They do go to 10, though, so that's not nothing. All right. That's fine. They can't counter things now. So that's good to know. Okay, we know they can't counter stuff. They can bounce their own Leer. Question is, do we care? You can Hullbreaker, but then really can't do anything other than just, like, draw a card. I mean, I guess you have Fading Hope. Alright, but you can't target an automaton. I don't know how we're going to get out of this. I don't think we can, but I'm going to do my best. We're also in a weird spot that if I think we could draw 2 more lands, we could get 5 damage out of this. But that's going to be pretty difficult. But we know it can't be countered. I mean, they could bounce our Ogre Head Helm, but then we just get to recast it and get a bigger automaton, so that's okay by us. And if they use Infernal Grasp, they lose 2 life. Ah, Path of Peril. Gosh damn it. Of course they would have that. Yeah, now I don't know if we're going to be able to win unless we just draw straight burn spells off the top. I mean, I guess we could get a hasty thing, force them to take 2. I guess there's some kind of world where that works. Not likely, though. Maybe even a Chandra just to ping them, force them to go for a big attack to take her down. There's some options. We'll see. I think we have to forego that, unfortunately. There's another automaton, but I don't think this is enough for us. Yeah, I think we're out of luck, y'all. Because now they get to reuse a Consider, and... Oh, I guess they already did. Yeah. Man, just such a slow start there. Dang it. We were so close. Yeah, I don't know how we're going to get past this now. I mean, we take 10, go to 7. Yeah. There's genuinely no outs here. I mean, we can get the opponent to 5. Yeah, I'm trying to think like what we could even do. Oceanmiser gifted a sub to the Duck is Angry. Well, look at that. Got one in return for gifting one earlier. All right, we go to 14. Yeah, that's just not going to cut it, unfortunately. I mean, we attack, they use that. Just trying to think of any combination. I don't think we have anything that's going to get us to 8. I mean, we can get 5 if we found a land, and then 3. But we take 10 and go to 4. We would just die the following turn. Yeah, I just think we have the time to do whatever we need to do here. And I don't have a 5 mana haste thing. All right, I feel like maybe this is an off chance. Like, we know this can't get countered. I doubt the opponent's going to all-out attack us, because then that means they can't get rid of our Den of the Bugbear. So that wouldn't make sense for them to do. But it at least threatens something. Not a lot. I mean, we'd have to draw, like... We'd have to be able to attack and resolve a... Actually, well, not even that, because then they could still bounce a thing, right? Because they still have the Fading Hope. Yeah, that's the problem there. Yeah, Fading Hope's going to get us. Yeah, I don't think we have any realistic out here. Oh, well, that didn't even matter. Yeah, we just in the early going did so little was the problem. I still don't know if I would particularly play it. I don't like giving up all that extra value, but it's fine. All right, we'll keep this. All right, let's play this. And I have a feeling I'm going to end up having to shoot a creature and not get my +1/+1 here, but if we do, we do. Shigeki, that's mostly fine, I guess. Let's go ahead and play this. All right. What does next turn look like? Next turn looks like block and bounce Shigeki. That's what it looks like. We don't hate that. That is very, very good. All right, well, we're going to get in there with everybody. Feel free to do what you want to do, opponents. I don't even care if they use a Beseju here. Like, instead. That would be great. Matthew with a YA. That's a unique spelling. Welcome. We will not discard our hand yet. We have other things to do. Well, that one was kind of easy. All right, we'll keep this. This is a quality starter hand. Commando into a 3/3 Ogrehead Helm, and then hopefully find a land for Chandra and Thundering Raiju shenanigans. That would be real nice. All right, we got 2 turns to draw land. And then hopefully that holds. That is not how we do that. All right. Now, on the plus side, if they put something annoying in the way, unless it's Thalia, we can actually kill it with the Royal Eruption. If it is Thalia, then we just have to be sad. Unless, of course, we draw a land. Nah, not really. If we draw a land, we're still playing Chandra, just because it opens up Thundering Raiju. All right, they're taking damage. They did play Thalia. We did not find land. Bad combination. Okay, well, I guess we're still going to... Actually, that takes 3 to equip. All right, attack for 3. Dang it, missed a land. That's... If we got a land, we'd have been kind of all right, but now we're just in bad shape. Because now, even if we get a land, we have to kill the Thalia before we can play Chandra. And they can definitely exile our Ogrehead Helm, which will make us sad, but we can't do anything about that. But then again, we could put an Ogrehead Helm on another creature and attack for 4, and the opponent's already at 13, so that does count for something. So we just kind of have to see what they decide to do here. Land is the critical thing here, though. Need an untapped land here. Big time. Though, are they getting hurt by their own Thalia here? Possibly. Is that what they're mathing? Oh, man. They're going to put the counter on Thalia, too, aren't they? Yep. We're not going to be able to get past it now. Oh, that sucks. Gosh dang it. Yeah, we're just in bad shape. Damn. No land is going to be the death of us. Yeah, we just have to move on. Ah, damn it. All right, opponent goes first. I kind of hope to draw in the opener, like, Commando faces Kakazan, to just get this jump started and really start doing some big stuff the following turn. Because I'm going to be able to play that, have this as a 2/2, play this, or play Chandra on 3, then make this a 3/3. Would be pretty slick. But we're not going to get that opportunity, unfortunately. But still not the worst thing. Alright, we get an Automaton. Hopefully they don't have Blood Chief's Thirst to kill it here. But they might. And if they do, we'll just have to deal with it. Alright, do you got it? They don't. They have Old Retstein, though, which is effectively a blocker. Ooh, and they got some treasure for their troubles. You don't hate that. Alright, well, +1.
Go ahead. Fight me as hard as you can.
Let's us play this.
Let's bring things up to a
And we do get to attack, only getting 2 damage in, though, unfortunately. Opponent will start the turn with 4 treasure, which, if they have Binding, they'll get to kill Chandra, which would suck, but, you know, not a lot we can do. Actually, they have 5. They could have 6 mana now, thanks to Old Retstein. They might just be tired of Automaton's crap and want to kill that. That's also reasonable. Hey, lots of people were over here. Novaborn, how's it going? I think that you might have been the one. Did we just cross? We crossed 5,000 followers 2 followers ago. Thank you, everybody. I just realized that was a thing. All right. Binding, which is going to get rid of Thalia. Which we don't terribly mind now. That's actually... The fact that they used all their treasure and stuff is a big benefit to us, believe it or not. This opens the door for quite a bit. All right. Now we got the opponent to 12. We know we can cast Stormseeker, double Ronin next turn. Possibly attack with our Den of the Bugbear if the situation makes sense. Seraph, that's going to be super bad for us. That is a real legit problem. This means we can't play our Ronins. Oh, it's if they put into the graveyard, not when they leave play. Alright, so we can play the Ronin. However, one counter on Seraph isn't that bad. So... we're for sure going to do this. Yeah, I think we just do it. Sounds crazy, but I think we just got to get them as low as we possibly can. If Seraph goes off, Seraph just goes off. F it. They had the spot removal here too. That sucks now. Now that sucks. Because it means we can't really effectively attack with anything that's not our automaton. Because if anything else dies here, we actually lose the automaton next turn, and they get to keep their board. So this is all we can really attack with. That's super unfortunate. But them being at 6 does open the door for some things. So it's not the worst. Not the best, but it's not the worst. We can still find some burn damage. We can still attack with Den of the Bugbear. Get some chip damage in there. We could maybe still find, Raiju could help. So there's some things. But they're looking through their yard. I don't know, maybe Shigeki is what they're looking to do? Yep. Get back Binding, but you can't play Binding for anything efficient here. Check for traps. Well, you know we got Ronins. Does that open up the door for us to win here? I don't think it does. We can play this. This becomes a 6/6. You could block this. You take 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, is that exactly enough? Block this, take 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that maths. All right, I think we got there. Sure. Whew, oh, nice. Okay. Whoo, boy. If we don't draw a land, this is going to be super sad. And we're going to hope for the best, but boy, do we need a land. We need 2 lands. If we get back-to-back lands to get Stormseeker into Raiju, that'll be... Let's see if we can do it. Here, I think we're just going to go for the bigger creature, which makes the most sense. Because, I mean, we could attack for 3, but I'd rather just have a bigger body here. If they have spot removal, so be it. Alright. Probably going to kill Stormseeker here, but we still connect for 5. So I'll take it. I mean, take your pick. I was going to say, it's probably what I would do. All right. Decline. All right, we did step 1, draw a land. Do we hit step 2, draw a land? We did. We attack. Put a counter here. All right, opponent's at 9. We're going to kill our Raiju. No, we are not killing the Raiju. Ooh, I thought I knew what I was going to do here. Ah, boy, I thought I knew. All right, obviously they've got a spot removal or something, so we just got to figure this out. Opponent's only at 9. Let's do this. I'm going to play this so we grow the automaton. I'm just thinking if I Rabid Battery this, then they kill our Raiju, they can block our automaton, and then they still take 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I was pretty good with that. Sure, we'll keep this. This is not the most efficient, but we have a removal card. We got a turn 2 and 3 play. I think this is reasonable. And if we're not sure what to do... Oh, we're up against that. Okay, well. Hopefully our situation ends up being better. Now, the downside here is I do kind of want to draw, like, Rabid Battery or something, so I could turn this into a 3/3 automaton, because that's what we'd really want. No blocks. We'll just go to 16. They don't have anything else there, which is great. So we'll play this. We'll attack for 2. They don't even have Play with Fire here. That's good to know. They might play a Reckless Stormseeker or some such, but if they do, that's fine. If they spend their turn playing Chandra, we don't really care. Seismic Wave. I've seen that in a few decks recently, but okay. I'm going to hold on to this Play with Fire. Don't think it's worth sitting at the opponent's dome yet. We'll give this dude her haste and we'll get in for 5. All right. I think we've at least stolen the upper hand temporarily. If they go land Raiju, that's a little bit sad. Yep, exactly. Don't love that. Go to 12. Oh, I was not expecting to draw that, however. All right, so we get in, we play this. That's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's not going to do it. So if we do this, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, we can do that. Got to get math right. Shoot. Well, let's just go ahead and just attack first. Put the counter there. Attack. And then shoot you. And shoot you. Even being on the draw, we had the better mono red deck. Boom. Yep, we'll keep this. So, Commando into Automaton, and then we try to do shenanigans. Because red decks like shenanigans. That is not a bad situation to be in here. We like this. So I think we're going to Ogrehead Helm into Rabid Battery. Maybe not. Maybe not. I think we're just going to Rabid Battery here, because if they have a white and that is a sweeper, it's going to feel real bad. But we can do this. Put this here. We can cast this. And then we can still get in for 4+ next turn if we draw land. So actually for 5, I guess. So that's not bad. Oh, it's a tap land. That's good for us. That's real good. Can we do enough here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Puts the opponent at 4. And then we'd be able to attack for 2, 3, 4, 5 the next turn. Or if we just play this, and then, yeah, I guess we actually do this. This is better. Oh no, this costs 3. I was thinking it was the blades. No, that's actually worse. Oh, that was a bad play. That was a real bad play. I guess we got to do this. We got to get the most we can out of the turn. I guess it's still fine, though. We still kill him with this or this next turn. I guess it's okay. Yeah, let me go ahead and just take action here. No, we'll decline. Because if they do it, we're still going to have the rabbit battery. So it didn't matter, really. We had multiple outs, I guess, the way the turn played out. Yeah. Well, there you go. If you're looking for a way to play Mono Red Aggro, this is it. We actually were surprisingly good against most of the Mono White decks. I think partly because we play so many creatures that the Thalias weren't so difficult for us, and we're able to grow our creatures as well. We also have a decent amount of just aggression that kind of can put them on the back foot, because a lot of their toughness is actually pretty small. So if you can go toe-to-toe with them, it's actually not too bad. I actually liked a lot of what this deck was doing, and I hope it helped answer some questions on can you play Mono Red on the ladder, because I think the answer is actually yes. And yeah, when I went and looked, I think we were 65-ish% once everything was all done, so that's actually pretty cool. I was really surprised by the results on this. So yeah, give it a go. I don't think there's much I would change from this list, honestly. I think we used every card to pretty high efficiency, and that seems pretty good. Anytime you get to draw everything and they do exactly what you want, you probably don't want to go messing with it. Now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Dragon Rage Channeler. This is kind of the unknown card for many people from Modern Horizons, but if you do play Modern, I'm sure you've been introduced to this card more than once. And it's actually super efficient, and believe it or not, it's about $1.50. So you probably have some of these if you opened any reasonable amount of that product, which could be worth digging out and trading, especially as we move into doing more physical events. Dragon Rage Channeler is probably going to get a little more attention and be sought after by a few more folks. So give this one a look. It's a type of card that would be great in this list, considering we have creatures that also happens to be artifact and enchantments that are creatures, so we check a lot of those boxes to hitting Delirium on a card like this. Now, as always, if you want today's deck list, it will be down in the description below, along with links for our Facebook gaming page, our Twitch streams, and our Discords. So feel free to come by, hang out, talk about deck stuff, get help, you know, the whole 9 yards. But if you would like to support the channel directly, we do not have a Patreon, but we've got memberships right here on YouTube that work just the same. You only have to do it right here on YouTube. And it's as little as 99 cents. So if you check that out, I'd really appreciate it. But even if you don't do that, and if you come this far in the video, please remember to hit that like button, because that helps. And then hit the subscribe button, because if you haven't, I don't know why you haven't, but I'd really appreciate it if you did. And then hit that notification bell and choose all notifications so you don't miss a video we have coming out. And now, I'll get back to my normal color lights, and that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.